Welcome to another episode of the Smiles Ahead podcast. We have a community style today, and we are very happy to have Justin from the Maelee Collective into the house. If you can hear Randolph, he's knocking on the back door if you hear that noise. But Justin, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So we typically start these podcasts out, being that we're in the Rock Hill community as well and in the communities around Charlotte, we like to get to know the other business owners.
Sure.
And kind of see what's going on and on the other side. So why don't you just give a quick background about what you do, where you're coming from, and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Ohio. Lived there for 25 years. Moved down to Wilmington, North Carolina area. Followed my parents down here. Guess it would be a 2012, 2013 area. Worked in commercial real estate for a while, and actually stumbled upon an opportunity in 2015. Basically, as somebody who was a tenant of ours was storing their products with us at one of our facilities, and they said, "Hey, we have an opening in the Charlotte market. Why don't you come check this out?" And they kind of showed me, what they were doing, and they were running pop-up retail fundraisers in the healthcare industry.
Okay.
So basically, kind of like elementary school book and gift fairs, but for everybody. So that seems to resonate with everyone, is the book and gift fair back in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed on to do that in the Mid-Carolinas territory, Charlotte Mid-Carolinas territory, under a corporate umbrella called Books Are Fun.
Okay.
If you're a teacher or you've worked in the hospitals for years, you probably know Books Are Fun. We actually rebranded to Collective Goods, I guess in 2017. That was under our corporate umbrella. And then my wife and I, in 2019, she had worked in the healthcare industry for over a decade. It's actually how we met at Piedmont Medical Center in Rock Hill.
Okay.
We were getting so busy in 2019 that she was ready to leave her job and come work with me. This was October, November of 19. Mm-hmm. And, in 2020, we all know what happened. And we were a non-essential business in a healthcare setting during COVID. It was, we were, shut down like a lot of other businesses were. So from there, the corporate entity actually, they had always consigned products to us. They were not able to make it through COVID, so we went independent, and we started what was initially called Collective Goods of the Carolinas. So that's kind of the background story to where we are now. And then in 2021, the fall of 2021, we rented a retail space in the Rock Hill Galleria Mall and set up a similar concept for an entire month before Christmas in the mall there in Rock Hill, and realized like this could be a great opportunity. We have to store a product somewhere anyways.
Right,
might as well, have a sales floor. Right,
sales.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that started there, and then I suppose 2023, my wife was getting restless.
Mm-hmm.
She's a go-getter, very creative. She started what was called the Jolie & Co. Permanent Jewelry Company. And they do permanent bracelets, similar to like what I have on here.
Okay.
Custom engraving, anything from, gold-filled, kind of, I wouldn't call it costume jewelry, but like lower-end jewelry all the way up to precious metals.
Cool.
And we had two sides of the store.
Mm-hmm. So we're in the same space.
We were, yes, we were in the same space. We are actually in a massive space. It's a 5,000 square foot old American Eagle space.
Oh, wow, those are big.
Yeah, so we had to buy a lot of product to fill that space up. But since then, we thought it was kind of silly to have two brand names in the same store, being run under the same business. So we rebranded to what is now called the Maelee Collective, which incorporates the permanent jewelry side, as well as our kind of what I sell at my book and gift fairs. Mm-hmm. So that's where we are now.
So now, so you have the store in the mall, Rock Hill Mall. Mm-hmm. So they can go there, shop. That's open all the time. Now these fairs, are you still doing those? And,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are pretty big part of the business.
That was kind of the driver of this whole thing.
Yeah.
That was that business had been successful. We were rebuilding since COVID, but that allowed us to fund these other opportunities. But yeah, so next chapter, Book and Gift Fair, is what our independent, what used to be Books Are Fun and Collective Goods. I know it gets confusing. There's been a lot of rebranding, but we feel good with where we're at now. But that's the pop-up branch that we go in, and we set up these large fundraisers, and it's books, gifts, electronics, home goods, outdoor yard decor, STEM toys. We try to keep all of our products, whether it's in the store or at our pop-up events, we try to keep well under big box retail, MSRP pricing. And we always are looking for unique products that you wouldn't find in the Walmarts and Targets.
Yeah.
But we all try to find product that has a purpose, that has utility, a lot of different things like things that people would use every day.
Yeah.
And they go, oh my gosh, I actually do need that. That type of concept. So.
Yeah, I'm curious with those, with the fairs and the pop-ups, and I guess it would matter on the consistency, but at BWC Orthodontics, we like to do community events or something. They're kind of like fairs a little bit, where we have just informational stuff. We're not really selling stuff.
Right.
But is it get difficult in terms of how consistent they are and getting people to work them, or how do you deal with the staffing when it's like pop-ups?
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
So it's wild because we are in a growth mode, and I used to run with a team of myself and two others that would help me set up and run these events. And as we're growing, I've expanded my territory. North Carolina, South Carolina, Eastern Georgia, and Northern Florida. It is very hard to find somebody that is willing to travel like that.
Right.
So
yeah.
I am a one-man show.
I was going to say,
now. My wife will come with me for the big events, but we are, if anybody's interested, we are looking to. I need help. My body needs help.
Anyone interested in doing that out there in the audience?
Yes.
Yeah, I say that because I feel like that's a big thing. I'm gonna let the dog eat.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep knocking.
Oh, sure.
All right, come on. All right, guys. For patients watching this, Randolph, and he will be relentless in knocking on the door. He wants to come in and be on the pod.
Yes.
But yeah, in terms of staffing, that just made me think of that, because we always, it's, and sometimes they're not in great locations in terms of where you are, like, driving to Georgia, driving to here. So, but they can be very rewarding, and some people love that. So if anybody loves that, reach out to 100%. You're looking.
I mean, you're going into a setting where, it's very serious work that our healthcare providers are providing to their communities, and to be able to come in and put a smile on their face, provide some levity, it's very rewarding. You get, you obviously get to make a living and give back to each individual community at the same time. And just most of these hospitals, like, we actually work through the volunteer services or the auxiliary. So we're typically fundraising for the auxiliary.
Okay.
And they'll do like scholarship programs and different things for the employees, hospital patients, and the community as well.
So are these like in the hospital?
They are.
Okay. So they set up, they have, I assume, like a director of the hospital, somebody there directing, like, hey, is it like a booth situation, or
so we will,
massive.
It's massive.
Okay.
It's very, very big. We run, I would say, I don't know, 600 to 1,000 square feet. It's a store. It's a store that we're popping up, and there is a wow factor involved, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
We're not just selling product. Yep. We're selling an experience.
Yep.
Obviously the ability to donate to charity at the same time. So.
Yeah, I think with relating it just to our offices, I think all businesses tend to relate a little bit. Same thing with the dental office, orthodontic office. When they come in, people are like, oh, it's just braces or just a filling, but we all know with dental anxiety and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's huge to have that good experience, going somewhere clean, not like you expect to have good stuff, but have that wow factor when you come in and be able to be appreciated as the customer.
Yes.
Now, you say these pop-ups in that big of a store, so you're getting the stuff out, you're setting it up, you're breaking it down.
Yes, we try to be as smart as possible. I've gotten, I hope, smarter over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're coming up on 10 years of doing it. But yeah, we roll in, six book carts. We have these large Metro carts where we store like our table product. Another 5 of those. So we try to roll in and roll out. Leave it better than you found it.
Great way to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's the most, making it easy on our contacts there in the hospital, in the hospital administrators. We're there to have fun, and then when we leave, it's as if we were never there.
Right.
The only thing that that we hope to hear is that all the employers are like, when are they coming back? When's next chapter book and Get Fair coming back? So that's really the goal. So.
Well, I know you get to travel a lot, which is awesome. But for your Rock Hill store, what brought you to Rock Hill? What's the history there?
Yeah. So again, I guess it goes back to when I was in commercial real estate there for a while. They brought me back up. Well, it was down in the Columbia area. They brought me back up to Rock Hill, and that's where I decided to. My apartment was in Rock Hill when I started in the Charlotte metropolitan area. Running accounts, booking gift fairs up here. So we just put down roots, and we built a house 5 years ago, just right outside of Rock Hill High there.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, we are here for the long haul. We're tied to the community, and one of the big things we want to do with the store and the mall is start to replicate what we've done on the road with our pop-ups. Start to fundraise for local causes.
Oh, cool.
Right now, honestly, the permanent jewelry business, that side of things has been the real revenue driver in the mall. My wife does a very, very good job. I gotta tell you guys exactly what they're all about. I've said the permanent jewelry, but they do custom hats. She did. If you're a small business, she does these hats.
The hats look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I checked out a little bit of the social and stuff like that.
She can.
I was gonna wear my cowboy hat in here.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
She does cowboy hats. They'll burn. She can burn directly into different materials. The wide brim hats, fedoras. She just recently opened in a similar fashion as the permanent jewelry. A patch bar is what she's calling it, and it's like you get like cool little patches and you put them on trucker hats and things like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I saw that there was kind of a soft opening for that.
Yeah, she's crushing it. People are really, really enjoying it. And again, it's not just about selling the product; it's about creating an experience for the customer. And if you have little ones, our store is kid friendly. We have like 3 or 4 little play areas for kids. We have 3 little ones at home, so we kind of keep it stress free. We're not on the sales floor trying to sell product to anybody. It's really just like a fun place to bring your family. You can get all kinds of things.
So for the audience, just walking into your store in Rock Hill, you got kind of like your wife's collection, hats and jewelry and some of that fun stuff.
Yep.
What else could we expect to get, or what else would people be going into?
Yeah. So again, books. We do a lot of general interest books. The novels can be like hit and miss these days. Publishers they don't give you as good of a. You got to remember we have a lot of cost pressure because we're fundraising and we offer below retail pricing. So you'll still find novels in our store, but cookbooks, general interest books, STEM toys for children. We have the fun stuff that you can get for Christmas and for birthdays, but we also have learning tools for kids and wooden toys. Like all that stuff is coming back. You're not going to find things like branded AirPods or Bose speakers, but you will find, quite honestly, very similar quality electronics that you can get for a quarter of the price, and we test all that stuff and make sure that over the course of 6 months, a year, make sure that they're up to quality. We have really great vendors that get us that stuff. Lots of people always want to say as seen on TV. I don't know if it's that as much as it. Maybe similar to some of the stuff that you see on the As Seen on TV commercials. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of cable TV, so I don't even know what's out there these days. But again, kitchen gadgets, collapsible measuring cups, things that will help you in your everyday life. You know,
you'll find something in there.
Yes,
So it's
and
just one of those stores. Go into it, check it out. You're gonna probably walk out.
100%. There's literally, I always
Something
say,
you didn't think you even needed.
Exactly.
Like, I do need measuring cups.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like infant all the way up to, I always say, infant up to 95-year-old male. I mean, we got everybody, every demographic covered. Great for birthdays. Great for Christmas.
For gifts.
Really, I mean, you can. Yeah. I mean, you can get something for everybody and knock out your whole Christmas list.
That's worth it right there. You hear that, audience? We're always looking for gifts. When stuff comes up, if you're like me, it's last second.
Right, and it can be stressful. You're hitting store after store after store. You know, pop in, come see us, and see if you can't get it all done in one fella swoop. You know. So.
Well, good. Well, I know we're right down the street from you in Rock Hills, so we really appreciate you coming in, and we'll try to send people down your way, make sure they know they can get all that stuff, and go from there. I know you got a busy day. It sounds like you might be. I know you just got off the road. Yep. You got your 3 little ones to get back to.
Yeah.
Well, really appreciate you coming on. And I know you were talking about growth mode. Is there any expansion in the stores, or are you just trying to expand the pop-up?
For now, as far as the store, we're just kind of trying to stay focused on what we do best.
Yeah,
I think we've spread ourselves a little thin post-COVID. We got very aggressive out there with the different product and service offerings we have. But so it's just getting better at what we already feel like we're pretty good at. But my wife does pop-ups as well.
Okay.
She and I did just want to give a quick shout out. She'll be at Open Tap Spring Market on May 18th. June 1st and June 9th with the permanent jewelry, and then Bluebell Farms on June 8th, and Veronay Vineyards in Kings Mountain on June 22nd. So
nice.
Catch her there.
We'll put that all in the show notes and maybe put
appreciate that.
An email out there. Everybody make sure that they get it. So, that's awesome, man. I'll have to come check one out. I'm really interested in the hats. I'll definitely come out and get a hat from you. Those look great.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Smiles Ahead podcast, powered by Burrow Welchel Culp Orthodontics. Be sure to leave a rating, hit that subscribe button, and if you have more questions, you can reach out to me directly at sam@bwcortho.com. That's sam@bwcortho.com. You can also visit our website, bwcortho.com, and we will be happy to answer any questions you might have.